All right. So, chat, I'm gonna be so honest. This is gonna be my first, like, real deal reaction video. That's right. That's right. That's right. Mop Top's reacting. He's out here. We're reacting to this very, very funny thing. Apparently, this Nick Fuentes guy has got some opinions. Try to know about. I was capitalized by this headline, triggering a MAGA civil war. And I know I've heard this name kicked around for a while, but I forgot what about. Started reading. He's argued that immigrants and organized Jewry are conspiring to extinguish the white race, which is pretty cool. He set off bitter infighting among conservative influencers, etc. The thing, well, there are a couple things that scare me. Excuse me. Number one, that MAGA movement has decreed that what they say is the overzealous policing of speech, and Fuentes' new prominence presents a tough question. Is there such a thing as too extreme anymore? Which I think is such a dumb thing, right? And I'd come up with a whole bunch of, like, reasons why. I also left my coffee upstairs, which I'm just going to go grab it. I'll edit it out. It's fine. I don't care that much. So yeah, back to what I was saying. This thing scares me. Sees so he encouraged rioters in January 6th, which I forgot about. Organized jury and the too extreme question. That's what I was after. So this question about is things too extreme? Abso-fucking-lutely, yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely, there is such a thing as too extreme. Jews are running society, women need to shut the fuck up, blacks need to be in prison for the most part, and we would live in paradise. It's that simple. That's a little bit fucking extreme, don't you think? Like, alright, fucking Groypers, that's cool, after a frog meme I've adopted. Yeah. Basically, this whole statement, I feel like I shouldn't have to go into detail about why this is so such a startling thing. It's very Hitler pilled. It's very Hitler pilled. It's very if Tucker Carlson is out here truly normalizing it, then that's awesome. But like he's called, I'm not saying he idolizes the man. I'm just saying he sounds real similar, and he's getting a pretty fat fucking following right now. And it's kind of really scary, because people are stupid, and if some dumb motherfucker hears, oh, we should go storm January 6th, and then they go ahead and do that, that's not what I want to say. You remember when everybody went and stormed January 6th? Because, people like, apparently Nick Fuentes were like, let's go storm January 6th and make sure that election isn't frauded. If he can convince, what was it, like 2.3 million people or something like that? It might have been, that might be an inflated number. Either ways, if he can convince that many people to literally do something that hasn't been done since a foreign entity in, like, the 1800s, imagine, it's so hard to, like, say what I want to say intelligently. There's a lot of stupid people, and stupid people will listen to what he says, and they will believe every single ounce of it. So when he says things like Jews are running society, women need to shut the fuck up, blacks need to be in prison, and we could live in paradise, paradise sounds pretty nice. And this is a pretty simple game plan for some fucking idiot, you know? So the thing that I'm getting to is that I fucked up my order as per usual. But I think there is such a thing as too extreme, to answer the question. I think it's much more about the consequences of what someone says rather than what they're actually saying. I think people should be allowed to say whatever they want. I think there should be consequences for those actions. Obviously, if you say the N-word, you're going to get ostracized in society. You're going to get banned off of, whatever platform you happen to say it on. This is not new information. And I think the same should be said for if you were like, oh, because I suppose he doesn't actually make any calls to act. Well, I suppose this is a call to action. He's not explicitly telling people to do things, but he is saying that these people need to be in prison, that these people are running society, and that these people need to shut the fuck up. Which is like, God, I don't know. This is just, it's a very scary headline. It scares the shit out of me. Not a fan of it. And I think that there is such a thing as too extreme. And I think that it's very, very dangerous, especially with today's society and how many people have already flown down the wrong path, myself included. I was in the fucking, I don't know if it's the alt-right or the alt-left, but whichever one this guy identifies with, I was in there, when I was like 14, 15, 16, hell, even 17. Actually, yeah, it's closer to like 16, 17, 18, but I was here, I was looking at memes about 13%, I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a meme way back when. 50%, 13% of the population. That's how much African Americans take up. That's how much black people take up. But there's, according to statistics, they commit 50% or close to 50% of the crimes. No idea how true that is. Obviously, there's reasons for it, like, say, the years and years of, getting shat on by the public. The entire civil rights movement and all that, and flooding drugs into the, what do you call them? Marginalized communities. Flooding drugs into marginalized communities. There are reasons why the culture in, like, gang culture, I guess. Never mind. I'm going to shut up. If someone who has experienced that stuff firsthand would like to educate me, please do. But that being said, like, I was there, I was like, oh, fucking 13%, 50% of the crimes, ha 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 ha, and fucking, all this anti-immigrant shit. And I'm pretty ashamed of it. I like to think I'm doing better now, but, like, if it's that easy for, like, hell, even, get to the point, Griffin. Let's say these 5 million people and this 1 million people, let's say they actually get together and they're like, all right, well, Jews are running society, kill all Jews, women need to shut the fuck up, blacks need to be in prison for the most part, nice, and we would live in paradise, it's that simple. This is the Third Reich, man. This is quite literally what Hitler was doing, but Hitler had, like, he had a reason to be angry. I'm not justifying, obviously I don't fucking agree with what Hitler did, but at least he had, like, at least he was angry at someone. This guy's not even angry, he's just wrong. This guy is so confidently wrong, and he is, dangerously stupid. The fact that he has the reach that he does is absolutely incredible. Like, this whole situation is really scary. Let's keep going. So I saw that and was like, I need to record this thing right here. Quickly become one of the former Fox News pundits all-time most watched. I wonder why he's former. I'd like to look that up at some point. Sparked backlash. Okay, thank God. No to the groypers. No to cowards like Tucker Carlson who normalize their trash. Thank you, Shapiro. Finally, something that's not, like, stupid. Oh no. President of the Heritage threw the Trump-aligned think tank into turmoil when he blasted globalist class for criticizing the segment. Jewish groups, heritage staffers, and conservative figures said the phrase played on anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Thank God he backpedaled, but, like, yeah, it is anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Jews don't run the world. Israel, I will say, they're going a little far out of bounds, in my personal opinion. I think Israel's Israel and America is America, and they should be as, fiddling with each other through the UN and not one-on-one. Again, please educate me if I'm wrong. I'm fucking stupid. I'm a basement musician, a bedroom musician, so I don't, Anyway. Yeah, fallout still resounding more than a week later as conservative media figures and influencers choose sides or try to heal a rift that they view as a threat to the cohesion of the Republican Party. Good. Awesome. Yes, do this. Do this. We already have Republicans and Democrats. We don't need Republicans, we don't need Republicans, Nazis, and Democrats, We don't need more further division. We're staying out of the fray over friend. Yeah, by the way, all right. In terms of division, please educate me, I'm not on Twitter. Why is it that, someone like Charlie Kirk could get assassinated and so many people, well, I understand what he was saying was wrong. Never mind, that's a stupid point. Either way, why is it so toxic? Why are politics so toxic? Why can't we all sit and be like, hey, what do we want? We want the economy to be fixed. Let's objectively, factually, no feelings, look at the stats. There's a solution there. I guarantee it. People may not like it, but there'll be a fucking solution there. And the problem is that people don't want the solution. They don't want the truth. They want life to be happy, but they don't want to work for life to be happy. And they would much rather make themselves feel better by demonizing someone who has a different opinion than just listening to what they have to say and taking, I guarantee you listen to Trump talk and you hate Trump, I guarantee you there will be at least one thing. If you go through all of his interviews, there will be one thing that you agree on. Maybe it's I want people to stop dying. I want deaths to stop. You remember when he said that? You remember that? I agree with that. I think people dying fucking sucks. War in Ukraine, that sucks. He's stopping wars. Awesome, dude. I don't want to be at war. So why is it that all of that, why is it that he can say those things and people will not, people will much rather just say that he's wrong because he's Trump than listening to what he has to say and really breaking it down and thinking, this guy, he may think Tylenol causes autism, but he wants people to stop dying, and he wants the economy to do better. Why can't we find the common ground and then stand on that while we look out at, the ocean of disagreement, I feel like it would be a much more productive country if that is how we operated. But unfortunately, we operate on fighting, and we operate on constant nagging and poking to feel better about ourselves. Just do something that makes you feel better about yourself, dude. Go take a walk. Go eat a food. Go clean something. Oh my God. I don't know. Rant over. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't divide. If you are in an argument with somebody, this is my call to action to you. If you are in an argument with someone or you're having a disagreement, listen to what they're saying and try to find something you agree with. If there's nothing there, then that's unfortunate. If their mind is not worth changing, don't try to change it. Don't scream. Just try to find some common ground with the person you're arguing with. Especially on Twitter. We need more positivity on Twitter. Twitter is such a fucking cesspool, and that Elon Musk guy, I don't think he's doing anything about it. He's all about free speech, but I think he may even be encouraging the level of division and fighting that's overtaking the online space. So please just chill out.